Good evening, freedom fighters. It is 10:32 p.m. East Coast time, September 24th, 2024. As you can see, very powerful direct energy beams creating a storm in Oklahoma. Thank you very much for the reload. Stand by. Wasn't ready for the reload, but it does it automatically. Stand by. Let me reset this. Okay, undeniable, but that this storm is being hit by beams from 3 different locations and 3 different Nexrad radar systems. I showed everybody the one in my river that has a direct energy weapon, is what I call it, and a Nexrad next to each other at my river. Stand by. I want to run this through, and then I want to show you what I filmed at my river. Then I want to show you everything I see at this moment and the man-made hurricane. All right, I think it'll work this way. Let's go back to when it started. Gonna refresh again in 3 minutes. Yes, it does work this way. Okay. All right, you can see beams already taking place. I'll move my cursor out of the way. It keeps lightning over and over again. They said 1 trillion watt lasers, they can light these storms and cause lightning. See that? Right there too. Right here's, this one's coming from this Nexrad, and the other one's getting beamed from this Nexrad in the neighboring state, unless there's one closer, maybe. It looks like it's coming from right there. That one's definitely coming from here. There's another beam coming from here. No denying it, these machines are not creating a storm in Oklahoma. I've been silenced on every platform. My best friend since I was 10 years old, there's another one coming out of the neighboring state to the east, also attacking this rainstorm. My friend, since we were 10 years old, he's been following me on Twitter. He's like, I haven't seen you in a long time. I said, I make 3 videos a day. I just told somebody I was a warrior. But you can see how many directions. Now, these storms are getting hit by another laser beam. Multiple laser beams, multiple laser beams. Now we're getting hit from all kinds of machines. Very distinct what they're doing. All different kinds of directions. I'm going to put it in play here in a minute, but you can really see. Let me see if I can just put it in play and let it loop. They amplified the atmosphere with it, energize it. They already sprayed the material out. I'm going to show you a huge chemtrail operation right here as well. I know I'm risking my life bringing y'all this. And if I go silent, it's not because I wanted to. But they are very dangerous people that's doing this beyond our comprehension of what they will do to you to shut you up. They can level my whole town if they want to. That's how dangerous this is. Stand by for today's toxic chemtrail operation. First, we're going to start off in Colorado at 12:35 p.m. 10 hours ago. Very distinct chemtrail operations for the ones that knows what we're looking at. And I believe all this is chemtrails too, and you can see ripples. Can only go back 12 hours right now, but you can see the ripples in it. Pretty heavy chemtrail day, in my opinion here. It's hard to tell, but you can still see lines. Very unusual ripples. Dodge City today, y'all seen? Run the machine on. I just showed y'all plenty of evidence of the machine. This looks like chemtrails in Louisiana. Sometime today in Texas there a little bit. But Oklahoma's my focus at this second. Play like the last 12 hours in Oklahoma. Wow, that was really unusual. All this looked very weird to me just now. Oh, it's the machine. It's just the satellite imagery is kind of funky there, whether they were playing with it or what. Let you see these storms build up. Right there. Heavy chemtrailing right before the storms. This is 2 hours and 43 minutes ago. Very distinct chemtrails in Oklahoma. I'm gonna back it up a little bit. All chemtrails. Fix this. Massive attack in Oklahoma and New Mexico, I think that is. Oh, that's Texas, excuse me. Amarillo. Sorry, my friends, you are being attacked. Florida's going to be attacked very soon with some very terrible man-made hurricane that they have been talking about for days. Over almost a week now, they've been talking about creating one there. They finally getting it going now. But here's their storm. Let's see if I can see the evidence of those lasers working that I just showed y'all. Right there. That looks unusual to me. Sorry for being so raw, guys, but I am not produced by Disney, and I am the most censored show on earth, in my opinion. And if there is one more censored, I'm not going to see it because they're censored. But pray for everybody tonight in these states that these storms are going to happen. I see Mississippi's taking one on today. That was 7 hours ago. See what's going on now. This is live. All right, North Carolina, Virginia. Let's take a look, see at that, the radar system. Okay, I see a lot of manipulation in those states. Let me show you this one more time, then we'll move on. These laser direct energy beams are very distinct. No denying they are producing these storms. There's no more denying it. Thank you to Into Thin Air for really bringing this to my attention there one day. But since that reloaded, let's go ahead and move on. Look at the whole southeast. There is literally beams coming from everywhere. There's Oklahoma's. But you can see these beams in all these storms. I don't know when nature was in control of weather, but it has been a long time, I'm afraid. I believe the storm of 93 that I went through was also tampered with by these people. But here's Virginia, North Carolina, and much more. Very distinct beams going through all this stuff without any doubt. Start over. There we go. That's the beginning of it. Sorry for being so raw again. 3 beams here. There's a beam. Eating this storm up with beams. Heating it up like boiling water. You can see laser beams all through it. There's one. There's one. There's one. And it's actually on a storm. See that? And they keep hitting it. It's like targets. There's like 1, 2, 3, 4. It's just a broad array of beams. They can hide anything they want underneath these domes they call Nexrad radars. Nexrad just means next generation. It has nothing to do with what's in there. Laser beams in every one of these. Even this one here is being laser beamed. See it? They're creating all this weather, my friends. Every single bit of it. Coming from the most censored show on the internet. Let's look at Tennessee and Kentucky. It don't matter if Tennessee outlaws chemtrails or not. They're never going to stop these people. I don't care if the United States outlaw it. You're not going to stop these people. And the only thing that has not happened, they have not removed the U.S. patch from the military. We are about to lose our military. It will become the UN military. All of them will. Full takeover. One world order is way closer than most people even understand. They already control every bit of our media. My goodness, that they erase. They got everything in place, my friends. Rewind it to one. Laser beams. Look at that one. That one there actually just went right through it. Beam, beam. Back and forth. In every direction. That's why they have all these devices. I wish I could get out to the public, but I am dangerous to their thing. But I don't believe so. Even if everybody knew, it still wouldn't matter. There is no stopping these people now. You can just see the laser beams after laser beams. That's all I know to call it. Direct energy. Well, the scientist said it was, not me. He's the one that brought it up. They're a famous scientist. You can really see it working there. By the time I get good at presenting this stuff to you, I will be taking out the internet. Laser beams everywhere. Might as well give you the whole show. Y'all want to see the hurricane maker at work? This is 12 hours ago. As far as I can go back, I actually could see where it turned on before, but this is their spin, where they're going to get all the atmosphere spinning like crazy. And I'm sure they're hitting it in every way possible. There's ripples everywhere. Look at that machine ripple. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It goes right on if you want to look at it. 1, 2, 3. Just pushing this material wherever they want it. Spin the atmosphere however they want it. But here's the big one. Y'all know which one I'm talking about. The dome. Let it reload. Thank you to the warriors that's still watching. You are the true warriors. But here's the hurricane and maker making the hurricane. I wish I'd have seen it. Did it this morning. It had a lot better. I get a lot more frames on a 2-hour loop. But I didn't have time today. We got to prepare for this thing. So much for getting ahead. I've been having to spend my money on preparations. Tomorrow I'm going to end up buying $100 worth of ice, which is about 2,000 pounds. But can keep my boat in case we need it. My cooler holds ice for a week or so. But in case anybody in the neighborhood needs to put food on it, ice, I'll have ice. The big 2,000 pound box I'm going to fill up with ice. It'll hold ice for a couple weeks probably. Oh, it's like an attack. What is that? It might be the snow on the mountains or something. Something's gray there. Speaking of gray, we do not live on a beautiful blue planet no more. The whole entire Pacific Ocean's clouded over. For the most part. The lunatics, if y'all could hear my voice, the devil you follow, there is no love there. They stabbed everybody in the back in World War II that helped them. And y'all are no different. Here's another fake looking spin here. Spinning for no reason. Lower level spins. To me, that's machines. Those devices come in many different fashions, my friends. I'm getting ready to cut y'all loose. Let's look at the Atlantic Ocean, which is also completely clouded over. Very dangerous to cut the sun off to the oceans, which is where all of our oxygen comes from. Only 10% of the planet has trees, and 75% of the world is oceans. 74, whatever. Where do you really think our oxygen comes from? If you cut the ocean off from the oxygen maker, the sun itself, we will all die eventually. We're going to live on a smog planet. It will be carbon monoxide, not carbon dioxide we're going to be worrying about. Commercial fishermen standing by. They're lighting the fires, pumping material out in every which way. Little gray planet we live on. Standing by. Commercial fisherman out.